Hi, this is Simon from writtenlegaleNglish.com and welcome to this video where I'm going to give you my suggested answer, my suggested redraft of the text I asked you to have a look at on Tuesday. And I wanted you to make the text human. I wanted you to introduce human people, however you think is appropriate, and I wanted you to use the active voice. If you haven't seen Tuesday's video, then pause the video now for a few seconds just to think about how you might do that. And when you're ready, unpause the video and let's get started. Okay, let's have a look at my suggested answer. So, on the video, in the video on Tuesday, I said that you might think that the text is okay, and I said largely it is. It communicates a message. It's not a perfect message. There are one or two mistakes, but it largely does the job. So one thing or some feedback that I've often received from clients, people who work with me, when I make changes to their text, particularly texts which are largely okay, is that they say, oh, the text is fine. Why does it need to be changed? And your changes, that's just a question of style, isn't it? I mean, my style is different to your style, so why did you need to change the text in the first place? Well, the answer to that question in this particular instance, and the reason why making a text more human is so important, it's because it does lots of different things. First of all, we break bad habits. And this bad habit that I want you to break is constantly writing in the passive voice when there is no need to write in the passive voice. So this is a habit which is formed by lawyers, people working in the legal field, business people, academics. They just think, okay, passive is the voice that I need to represent myself. So everything has to be passive. This is a habit. We need to break that. We need to be aware that there are new trends, and these new trends in communication actually refer to us, clients, potential clients, customers, whoever they might be, as human people. So texts nowadays refer to you and your, and that way it connects with the client, it connects with the reader a lot more. Now, one great example of this, and it's often used as an example to show how communication should happen at an official level, is the United Kingdom's government's webpage. And I'm just going to bring across an example of this page right now. So this was redesigned about 7 or 8 years ago. It won awards because of its redesign, and one of the main awards that it won was one of the reasons it won the award was because of the ability of the web page to talk to people. And I just want you to have a look at some examples here. So for the main topic in this page is how and when your benefits are paid. So it's talking to me straight away. I can find this information and it's relevant to me. Then we've got benefits are usually paid into your bank, building society or credit union account. So this is the passive voice. It's focusing on the action. Nothing wrong with that. And now it's talking to me again. If your payment date is on a weekend or a bank holiday, you'll usually be paid on the working day before. Once again, these messages are directed to me. I understand them that much better. And if I scroll down through the page, there are plenty of examples of this. So how your benefits are paid. You'll be asked for bank, building society, la 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 la. You can only get paid in a different way if you have problems. It's directly talking to me. And if we have a look at this original text, there's no mention of humans at all, really. It's the card shall be collected in person. Well, it's aimed at me, but I don't have that connection with the text. And that connection with the text is really important in potentially persuading a client to do business with you or to get someone to act in the appropriate way. So my changes to this text take into account this new style, this new effective style, to make sure that my text communicates or the reader can understand my text that much better and act in the way that I want them to act. Okay, so now that I've explained the reason for the changes, let's see how we can actually change this text. So the first sentence can be changed quite simply. you must collect your card in person in one of the passenger service centres. Straight away, I know what I have to do. I have to, and there's an obligation, I must, not anyone else, I must collect my card in person. So very clear instructions. There is no room for ambiguity here. And of course, we're using verbs that I can understand. So must is a verb that I understand a lot better than shall, which can mean lots of different things. Then the second sentence. The original sentence says, upon the card collecting. We can change this. When you collect your card, and then I've softened the message, also making it more human. We will check the information on your application form. That's all you have to say. That's all that needs to be said. And then we've got the next sentence. Therefore, you must have your Polish ID card or passport with you. Now, I've changed this to be more specific because here in Poland, if you are a foreigner and you're trying to do something, then the only ID that is accepted everywhere is your passport. Driving licenses, even if they are photo driving licenses, make no difference at all. They're always rejected, so you have to have your passport. So you may as well just say, either if you've got a Polish ID, then bring that. If you haven't, then bring your passport. And let's be specific, because that way there's no ambiguity. I'm not going to have any questions. I'm not possibly going to make some mistakes. Okay, the next sentence. I can say, if you are applying for children under the age of XX, and here I've been more specific as well, because in the original text it says underage children. Well, what exactly does that mean? It can mean different things in different contexts. Underage could be a number of different ages. So let's be specific here. If you're applying for children under the age of 14, let's say, you will need to bring ID so we can check their personal details, or you will need to bring their ID, perhaps would be better than that. So you can see here, by making it more human, we're connecting to the audience, we're connecting to the reader a lot more, and we're also automatically using the active voice. So it actually sounds like normal everyday communication. It doesn't sound abstract, it doesn't sound formal or official. It's easy to read, easy to understand, and I should now be able to go through the process without making any mistakes and avoiding any frustration. Okay guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope you'll be able to take away those tips and start using them in your own writing. If you like the content, then please subscribe on YouTube, like me on Facebook, connect to me on LinkedIn, have a look at my content on Patreon. There are plenty of places that you can see what I'm doing. And of course, I'll see you again on Tuesday with the next video, with the next text for you to think about and redraft. So see you then.